Hello, this is Sondra Oster Baras bringing you a few words of Bible from the heart of Biblical Israel. This week's Torah portion is Noach, Noah. And of course it tells the wonderful story of Noah and the flood. And I want to focus on just a couple of verses here in chapter 8 when the flood is already over, the waters have receded. And Noah is still in the ark, and he's trying to figure out if the ground is dry enough for him to leave the ark. And he does this, of course, the story is well known. He does this by sending a few different birds. He sends first a raven, and then he sends a dove. And he ends up sending the dove 3 different times. The first time he sends it, and the dove could not find any dry spots, he comes back to the ark. The second time, he waits another week, he sends the dove again, and then the dove comes back, and he has an olive branch in his beak, and so in that way, Noah knows that there is no longer any water. The flooding has completely receded, but he waits another 7 days, assuming that the water may have receded, but the ground is probably still extremely muddy, swampy, very hard to actually walk on it. So he waits another 7 days, and then he sends the dove once again, and then the dove doesn't come back. Wonderful story, but to me, when I read it, I start thinking in a very symbolic way. Okay, what's going on here? First of all, the entire earth, everything on the earth, people, animals, anything that can't swim, has just been destroyed. Essentially, when Noah leaves the ark, he's going to be leaving and creating a brand new world. And when I think about this, and I thought about, what does this mean? What symbolism can we take from this? And of course, there's many, many different interpretations, but this is something that just occurred to me. First of all, let me start with a grammatical issue, okay? A language issue. Many, many years ago, I read a very interesting explanation of the word that is being used here in Hebrew when he sends the raven, when he sends the dove. In Hebrew, the word for send, the root for send is shalach, okay? And depending on how that root is conjugated, it really says 2 different things. If you say, in this case in biblical Hebrew, if you were to say vayishlach, then it would mean he sent. But in this case, in all the situations where he's sending these birds, it doesn't say vayishlach, it says vayishalach. And that is a different format of the verb to send. And what it does in any kind of verb, when you have that different format, it is a stronger kind of sending. It's a more powerful sending. For example, with the word break, okay? When you use the original form of the word, it means to break. If you use the stronger word, it means to shatter, okay? So you can see the difference in strength using the same verb. Here too, the word send, he does not use the normal verb for send. He uses the more powerful verb for send. And I would best translate that not as being to send as to release. Okay, now think about that for a moment. If a bird is eager to leave, it's in the cage, it's in the ark, and it's flapping around, and it's pushing it against the window, and it's dying to leave. I mean, we've all seen, whether it's children or animals, do this kind of thing when they are really ready to leave. They're pushing and giving you all the signals to leave. All you need to do is open the door, and they're out. Okay, so in that case, why is it more powerful? Think about, you send somebody, they gather their belongings, they put on their coat, they open the door, they walk out. Okay, I sent them on a mission. When you release release somebody to send them on a mission, they are running out the door because they're eager to go. Okay, so if I go back to these verses here that talks about releasing the birds, it is not that he sent them, he released them. They are eager to go. Okay, so to me, there's a real, if I think about it, and I think about teenagers, okay? Teenagers, what is the definition of teenage years? Rebellion against the parents. They are eager to leave. They don't know where they're going, but they want to differentiate themselves from their parents. They are just, trying to do it, and so often The rebellion is a way of them expressing, I am not like my parents. I want to distinguish myself from my parents. I want to leave. And of course, there's this tug of war where the kid wants to go and do things you don't want him to do. At the same point, you're holding him in, okay? You're locking the door. You're giving him curfew, okay? And there's this tug of war. And at some point, you release him, okay? And look at what this is saying. When he released the dove the first time, he went and came back. Let your kid go. If he's not ready, he's going to come back home, okay? He may look out there. He may think the grass is greener. He's ready for this adult world. He will realize on his own, he's not. He'll come back. The second time he'll go out and he'll come back, but he'll be bringing a souvenir with him. He's going to come back. He will have done something independent. He will have experimented. He will have seen the world, but he's going to come back and he's going to tell you about it. And he's going to show you his souvenirs. But at some point, your teenager has grown up. And when you release him, he will go and he won't come back. Now, I don't mean he's not going to come back for a visit, but he's going to go and he's going to be like that dove. He found a new home. He found a new home in a new world. And if I take this small kind of understanding and as I applied it to relationships between parents and teenagers, let's go back to Noah's world. What does this symbolize in terms of what Noah is doing as he's leaving the ark? The dove, in fact, symbolizes himself. How ready is he to go out and start a new world? And only when he sees the dove has gone out and has not come back, that is not just a symbol to him that the ground is dry enough. It's a symbol to us of Noah's spiritual and internal readiness, his internal fortitude. Is he ready to go out, the only human being, except for his family, on this new world? Is he ready to become that new Adam? Is he ready to go out and plant and produce and create a new world? Takes a few tries. Finally is ready. And he goes out. And what is the first thing he does? He plants a vineyard. He starts producing. He starts working. He starts in many ways replicating what Adam did in the Garden of Eden. Okay, but God planted the Garden of Eden for him. In this case, Noah himself has to start planting. He has to start building a brand new world. And he can only do that when he is ready. Have a wonderful weekend. Shabbat Shalom. I hope you enjoyed that film. And we have lots more film content and emails and articles that I'm sure you will enjoy as well. Check out our website at CFOIC.com and subscribe to our newsletter. You can do that right from the homepage. I know you will really enjoy the content that will land in your inbox on a regular basis. Hope to see you soon.